Round 2. Aptitude's second casting call, which I wasn't going to open until after the release of episode 0, but because of a certain character, who I'm going to reveal later on, I need to open it up now, the first half at least, and the second half after I release episode 0. Okay, let's just jump into the rules, and I'll explain everything later in the video. Rule number 1, clear microphone. This is pretty self-explanatory, but this doesn't mean you need to have a $1,000 microphone. I'm simply asking that there's little to no background noise in your recordings. Rule 2, availability. I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to turning in lines. You all have lives to live and I totally get that, but if I were to send in lines and I don't get a response within a month, I'll have to consider a replacement. Rule 3, patience. Because animation takes forever and a day, and Aptitude is fully hand animated, it's gonna take a while for these episodes to come out. But I can promise you I'm not dropping this project. I've been working on it for 4 years and my motivation for it only grows. If I wasn't a full-time student and also working, my production time would be much faster. But if you look at some of my videos on my channel, you can see I use voice actors for smaller projects between episodes. Rule 4. No live auditions. Unfortunately at the moment I am extremely busy, and I'm sure you are too. Trying to schedule a live call is too much of a hassle, and I like to look back at auditions for review. Live auditions, I can't do that. Also, anyone of any gender can try out for any role. And I've gotten this question one too many times, but it doesn't matter what race or background you have, just so long as you can record your wonderful voice, you can try out for any character. This really isn't a rule or anything, but more of a heads up. Aptitude is more of a teen adult content-based series, and because of this, it will use strong language. If you are not comfortable with swearing or darker concepts, I do not suggest trying out. Unfortunately, I cannot pay you. But if it means anything, I'm not getting paid either, and if in the future I somehow make anything off Aptitude, such as if I opened up Patreon, that money would go to the voice actors, and I truly mean that. As I said earlier, I was going to release the call after I had posted episode 0, but because of a certain character, who is in fact Parker, I'm doing half the casting call now, and once episode 0 is released, I'll do a casting call for episode 1. So finally, let's start explaining the characters I need. Parker Denham. Because he is the main character, I'm gonna be a little bit more picky when it comes to finding the right voice actor, which is why he has twice the amount of lines as everyone else. If you're coming from the site behind the voice actors and want to try out for Parker, I'm gonna have to ask you to email me the lines as the site only allows 3 lines. He's sarcastic, grumpy, and loud, but if you just take a glimpse at my YouTube channel, there is plenty of Parker content to help you grasp the character more. If you do happen to look at some of my old videos, you may find that Parker had an old actor. Please do not try to imitate what the old voice actor sounded like. I want to hear your own take on the character. He's a 21-year-old and I'm looking for a dude who can yell. Next up we have General David. He's Brutus's adopted father and general of the regular platoon. He's gruff, assertive, and crude, and the base's local alcoholic. Being a 61-year-old, I'm looking for an older sounding fella. Next up we have Evelyn. She's the man with a plan and she's not afraid to tell you that. She's confident, blunt, and fed up with people's bullcrap. I'm looking for a lower chick's voice, but hell, if you got a higher pitched voice and you emote really well, you may convince me. Now we have Harper. The thing about Harper is being an empath, her emotions change depending on who she's standing next to. So I need you to be able to emote really well, but when she's standing alone or suppressing, she's got a very monotone voice. She's independent, judgmental, and hardworking. Lastly, we have Harvey. The regular team's douche canoe. He's flamboyant, flirty, and passive-aggressive. And he loves to complain. You probably have seen him in my unfinished videos and animatics. That's all for this casting call, but as soon as episode 0 is released, look for another casting call for episode 1. This casting call will likely close on March 5th, 2018. But last casting call, if I found a really good actor, I impulsively casted them before the deadline. So I suggest the earlier the better. I would prefer YouTube videos with your recorded audition, but please link me them in the comments below and make sure to have an email to contact with in the description. I will check my spam folder daily. If you're not comfortable with that, just send me the lines at projectaptitude@gmail.com. The lines are linked in the description as well as the email to contact me. I love voice actors. Without you guys, my characters wouldn't come to life. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.